and welcome back to the channel. I can finally say it. It is official. I have a problem. If you guys don't remember this car, this is, yes, another RX7 Turbo 2 FC. I got this one specifically to be the new and improved chassis for the 3-rotor car. So we're about to have 4 RX7 FCs in the house, and I officially have a problem. Behind me, I have a Turbo 2 RX7 FC Shell. There, RX7 FC 3-rotor car. Outside, we have Sailor 7, which Nick has completely disassembled Sailor 7 at the moment. And I may or may not have another RX7 FC on the way. Let me explain. We've been putting off rebuilding and bringing Sailor 7 back to life just because this car needed so much work. And I told Nick, I think it's time. I think it's time that we bring Sailor 7 back to life. Now this car needed so much work that I wanted to be able to have at least 2 weeks to give Nick some alone time with this car to fully go through the entire thing. Within a day, he had this car completely stripped apart, and the more we looked at it, the more we didn't want to rebuild on this chassis. This car has just seen better days. This was already a drift car before I inherited it. It has a really, really bad cage in it. The welds are just, you don't wanna look at it. You don't wanna look at the welds over there. Honestly, it's almost like hazardous. The doors, they're all cut up that you could like cut yourself easily on everything. There's tons of holes in there. There's no pinch weld left on it. It's rusty in a few spots. It's been really hacked up. It's been on fire at one point in this other area. It's just not the greatest. And if Nick is about to completely strip this car down, rebuild it from the ground up, I really just didn't want to justify doing that, putting all of that effort into this chassis. And that's what's brought us to today. Collette Davis with 4 RX7 FCs and only one of them running at the moment. Nick is on his way right now, bringing another RX7 FC Shell here because we're gonna put everything that was inside of Sailor 7 into a brand new home. The funny thing is, we got this Turbo 2 FC Shell to do the same exact thing to the 3-rotor car. We're not ready to start that project because that's gonna be way bigger project. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna go on with that for next year. We brought it over here because originally we were looking at Sailor 7 and we're like, let's just use this shell, but this FC is so clean, you guys. It's so nice. And I was worried that if we used this one for Sailor 7, that I might not be able to find as nice of one for a good deal for the 3-rotor, which we need next year. So I ended up finding another shell nearby. Nick went and grabbed it, and that is the one that we are going to be transferring all the stuff from Sailor 7 into. Now, the Sailor 7 car has a lot of really good parts on it that we put on over the years, really only in California. That car has not officially run yet in Florida. So everything is literally there, and if we're gonna be making that car nicer, drivable again, I wanna be proud of it. I want it to just be nice and not be janked, and I don't want to worry about Nick having to cut out a really, really bad cage and it's still gonna look bad and have to redo the cage. It was a whole thing. So somehow I justified getting another shell. The approach for the build did change slightly. I'm gonna be doing more like a street drift FC. And here's the heart of the car that has been taken out. None of this has been cleaned yet. The engine, I know, looks atrocious. This was actually the very first fade job that I ever attempted, I believe, and this was with rattle can spray paint. It's a little toasty now, but you can see like the yellow to the orange to the pink on the top. You know, I tried. The biggest thing that I'm sad about is getting rid of the livery. Honestly, the livery is one of the biggest reasons why this car is still here. I don't want to say goodbye to the Sailor 7 character, so comment below, let me know what you guys think I should do. Should I maybe just do a hood animation on the new cars? I think I just want to do a one solid color paint job on it, but I still want the Sailor 7 character to be alive on that one too. So comment below some ideas, because although this will be goodbye to the Shell, I don't want it to be goodbye to the Sailor 7. Also, shout out on the mustache that Adam put on this car when it was in California. Forgot to mention, for the new Shell, we want to go with a much simpler setup, so we're going to keep the stock tank. And the stock tank was ripped out of this one, and it had a cell in the back, but I liked the idea of the new FC being more streetable, mostly full interior, stock tank, and we'll be throwing the 13B that is already built that was in this car in that one. I already have a new ECU. We're gonna be putting it on a Haltech ECU, and I have a new engine harness anyway. I hear a truck. I think Nick is back. I haven't seen the new Shell in person. I've only talked to the seller online and looked at photos, so. We'll start right here. And then we got this one. And then we got pieces of that one. And here she is. Ned, what are you doing?
Everything escalated so fast.
It really did.
This happened in like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you hate yourself? What are you?
Maybe.
Oh, yay, here she is. You know more about it than I do now. You met the dude,
yeah.
you walked around.
It was a younger group of guys that bought it, kind of, I think they bought it together. It was like two friends that bought it, and they were like, let's buy this car, and it had a V8 in it.
Oh, interesting.
And they drove it like, I don't know, I guess a handful of times, and then they think they hurt the engine or something, so they ended up selling the engine, and it's been sitting at this kid's grandma's house ever since.
Love that. Love a good grandma barn find.
Yeah, grandma barn find. But, I mean, overall, it's really complete for the most part. Like I said, it did have a V8 in it, so they did some stuff to kind of like put that engine in it. But, I mean, like the whole interior is there.
That's what I'm stoked about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked since now we made a new direction for Sailor 7, which I've talked a little bit about, that it's going to be more of like a street drift hybrid.
Yeah, it's just, that car is so far gone at this point that we'll make something kind of more multi-purpose than just one purpose like the 3-rotor car already is. Yeah,
and it'll be a lot nicer product overall with not that much additional work. Okay, let me see the interior.
You can really open the door too far.
The passenger door doesn't work.
Of course.
Which honestly, well, you got some money off for that.
Yeah.
That was sick. But that's one of the first questions I asked. Any Shell I looked at, I was like, do both your doors work? Do they work? Because it's an FC thing, but at least one.
This one does work. This one does work. You can't really open it all the way quite yet.
Wow, the whole interior's in there.
But it's actually all in there. I mean, like the guy actually tried to clean the inside, not so much the outside.
Wow, look at her. Another silver one. Wow.
Yeah, I know, of course.
And it has the trim. FCs rarely have this trim.
You ever seen that?
No.
It's got a little light attached to it. How cool is that? I don't know, I saw little stuff like this and I was like, wow, this interior is really pretty good for an FC.
Yeah, I knew the back.
I've never even seen an FC with all this.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen a back seat that's even intact.
No.
So the fact that I could maybe reupholster this one. Wow.
Look how little room there is though for people to sit like that.
It's only I could sit back there. Oh no, that's Pete and Riley's spot.
There you go.
There you go. They can fit there.
That's a good idea.
Wow.
It's got power windows that they say work. I didn't test them, but they say they work.
Yo, I'm about power windows working on my drift car now.
Yeah, I know. It's even got a spare tire.
No way.
Crazy.
Okay, I'm stoked about the interior.
Yeah.
Especially for the price.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that
great.
wasn't I mean, obviously we were looking for hopefully a better, at least somewhat of an interior, and the fact that it came with a pretty decent interior is pretty good. But we also wanted, you know, obviously just a cleaner shell overall, which this one is definitely a lot cleaner.
Yep.
Honestly, it's probably cleaner than even the 3-rotor potential shell.
You think
I
so?
think. Yeah, overall body is better, but for that car, it doesn't really matter because of what we already have planned for that car.
Yeah,
you know,
gonna be cutting into it a little bit anyway. Yeah, true.
So. Even like it's got the GXL. I think these are GXL decals. Those are all still there, which is kind of cool.
This was the only rust spot they said was on the car, but definitely gonna repaint it.
Yeah, and this is just I think it got a little hit like somewhere around here and kind of dented this up a little bit, but
still got the trim though.
Still got the trim.
There we go.
You know, like this is a good starting point.
Yeah.
That's not a good starting point.
Stoked to not get like tetanus or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just that one's got bad juju with it, so.
Yeah, I'd say that's another big reason why we're just kind of like we want all the good juju now.
Yeah.
So you know, some things gotta go. Wow. Wow. So definitely gonna be putting a new radio unit in here. It's gonna be so weird. I've never had a full interior FC. Wow, the wheel's in really good condition too. It's still weird that there's actually a back seat. I'm honest, I didn't really remember that FC's had back seats. I've just never seen one that was nice enough to actually have it still. I definitely think I want to try dyeing the carpet black. I've never done that to a car. Mike did that and it turned out really, really good. So I think I need to do it. I know it's still going to be like a drift car, street drift car, but over time, I feel like I can make this really nice. Like the seats are actually in really good condition. Obviously I'm going to switch the seats out, but like it's just dirty in here. The bolstering and everything is still intact. This is cool. I'm stoked.
Oh, it's got. What is that?
What is that? It's already happening.
Damn it.
It's already offing itself.
Too fast.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I got you, bro. Look at that. Let me put it back. That's sport mode.
You know, it's got auto. It's literally got.
Oh God, what is it?
This is funny
What are you
stuff.
finding already?
Just funny things.
Ah,
Just not even. It's just there.
it's just there. That makes sense. So you're saying, oh, I see where they kind of were.
This is all aftermarket. Someone made it, and this and this for a V8, I guess.
Yep.
Normally the engine bolts all the way over here, but they were like, we're gonna bolt it over here, and then they did.
Why not? And then they did. And then it offed itself.
Yeah, and then something happened. I think immediately after the kid bought it. So yeah, there's some little funky things around, like this, but all this is gonna go.
Luckily, we only need 2 cars worth of things to, or no, 4 cars.
Technically 4 cars to make 2 cars.
Yeah, we need 4 cars worth of stuff to make 2 really sick cars. Yeah. The quality, like the level of this one for what that car is gonna be, this is perfect. I am so stoked. This is like some fancy stuff. Where's it? Oh yeah, there you go.
I think it's for like dampening.
That would be the sport mode
sport
that
button.
jumped off.
Yeah, that bounces out.
There's normal
So when
and
you
sport.
know when you're in sport.
Yeah, it hits you in the face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 4 FCs now, and we're gonna make 2 really, really awesome ones. I ended up getting a really good deal on that shell. It came with an interior, and I've never really been able to fully experience owning an FC on the street. So to me, this car is gonna be a hybrid street drift build. I'm really, really excited about it. And I am ready to say goodbye to the Sailor 7 chassis, but like I mentioned, not the Sailor 7 character. So any ideas you guys have for me on where to incorporate that character on the new car, let me know. Probably gonna end up painting the car one color, and then we could do a little tribute Tasha design on the hood or the side of the car, somewhere so that Sailor 7 is not fully forgotten. Also for this car, I do want to keep it more stock body. I have a lot of ideas and we're just gonna see how it comes together. This build is actually gonna get started while I'm in Japan, so I know this video is going up late because I'm gonna have an update for you immediately after this goes live. So by now, a lot has been done to the car, and I can't wait to show you guys the start of this awesome transformation. That is it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video.